guys, here this is the part which is missing after the highway is finished. I'm now on the road from Kosovo to Albania. There's most of the highway finished, the twin bridge they are building. That part here is unfortunately still not finished. It's the last 15 kilometers along the Shkumbimi River when you go basically from the end of the highway in Reshen, where you have this big chrome reservoirs, where you go to Burel, Reshen Burel. This is the mining paradise because Albania basically is a huge chrome mine. Part of it, it's absolutely like that. And then you have unfortunately obviously a lot of trucks which bring a lot of materials from the chrome mines, because it's the only real transport from the mines towards the coast and to the world markets. Chrome you need for steel, and this chrome needs to be transported, and then obviously the trucks are overloaded and they have to go all of the way on these roads, and that's a real problem. So what we need is a working highway, and Castrati, this oligarch, has this concession here. But unfortunately that missing 20 kilometers towards Milot is still not under construction. Very bad. I really not like it, because we need the highway to be finished. That is very important. Mr. Rama, Mr. Castrati, where is the highway? I'm not happy with that one. Here you see the Albanian flag and some of the, like this is now the, basically it's the Mat River. I made a mistake. I have knowledge about the rivers. It's not the Shkumbimi. The Shkumbimi is in Elbasan, yeah? This is the Mat River. Now I remember where I am. This is the problem when you have a badly prepared podcaster who is just plopping away, and he has forgot his rivers. Shkumbimi is in Elbasan. Here is the Mat River. There was a concession for the Mat River by some Austrians. I'm not sure they have developed it. I think it's still not ongoing, because that would be also a wonderful project. But unfortunately, water, hydropower concessions got a bit of a problem here in the region, because the environmentalists have taken over control and they don't know how important it is to have hydropower and green energy, and that you need to dam. So dams are good, dams are working, and please, wherever you are, support decent dams. Here there is one, I think, and there needs to be a second one. And Austrian technology for good hydropower, green hydropower, is absolutely fine. This is a communist building from the times of like a gulag, one of the terrible mines which they had here to punish people in this kind of very, very hard conditions people had to work. Because most of them, they were ethnic or religious or political prosecuted people. And Albania still has not come to terms with its tragic past as a communist crime state. And I think it will take more time, because they are now far from really. This is how the old bridges looked, and this is basically still very poor area if you look around there. So that's very sad, and there's so much to be done, and most of it can be done so much better inside the European Union from 2024, because outside it will never be done. Because the idea that Albania and also the other countries in the region will move to perfection, like Gerard Knaus and Michael Martins think and dream, and some in the EU, this will never happen. So inside we can fix everything, outside we can fix very little, and it will take decades more, and that's the wrong approach, because we then get a lot of insecurity, fragility, problems, and lack of rule of law. And inside we have the rule of law, and we can improve everybody and all countries inside the European Union. Here the Mat River, to all my friends who love geography and think it is the Shkumbimi River, no, that's in Elbasan Valley. This is obviously the Mat River Valley, very much the famous border between the north of Albania and the central Albania. That was always the Mat River historically, and you come to this bridge of the king, I think the Ura Impretis, here very soon. That's one of the Catholic churches here. This is one of the communist factories, and here normally the police waits for you if you are speeding. And of course what this area has and is famous for is its chrome mines. The working conditions very hard, only politically prosecuted people were forced to work here under communism. Now it's one of the main industries of this country, and chrome is of course a very important ingredient for the steel industry. These are the people walking home now after work. This is one of the restaurants here at the Mat River Valley, and then we are basically in the coastal plains. Yeah, we have reached the coastal plains very soon, because as I see it, we are very close to Milot. That's a place I talk a lot about in my podcast, because it's the crossing point between the two highways here, 13 kilometers to Milot and 60 to Tirana, and then north you can go towards beautiful Shkodra and Montenegro. South you go to Durrës and Tirana and the south of Albania. I've never shown you the south of Albania up to now, but I will, certainly I will, and that will be coming up maybe in the summer. Let's see what I can achieve in the coming weeks and months when I make the plans for May and June. And in July I think I have to work a lot in my confused life, and then I will try to use June for traveling and to show you more of Albania, Montenegro, Croatia and Bosnia. If that works out, I will be most lucky, and let's see if I can achieve that. So we are heading now into the coastal plains. That's the end of the mountains, that's the end of the infrastructure tour 2022 here in April between Tirana and Albania and Kosovo obviously, and we are just now heading one more hour towards Tirana, the New York of the Balkans, from the Brussels of the Balkans to the New York of the Balkans, from one hyperbole to the next. But it is really very nice. That's, by the way, a hydropower station, a modern one. I think also a Turkish or Austrian investment, but it's really very nice. I don't know, or maybe Albanian investment. Quite impressive. Here the Mat River, and there needs to be another hydropower. Please don't do this anti-hydropower populism. Otherwise we will all end up only with Russian energy dependency, and that's what we don't want. We want peace, prosperity based on hydropower, solar and wind power, but also on coal power where it's necessary, especially in Kosovo, because let's not be dependent on Russian coal, Russian uranium, Russian gas. We hate it, we want to get rid of it. Everything which comes from Russia is only funding their terrible war against our friends in Ukraine, and please support Ukraine wherever you can. Here, Guides, don't drive too fast. And this is now the evening. You see, this is the Christian parts of Albania in the north, and here's the Mat River. And now I will see very soon we will be in beautiful, where is it? Here, the river, and somewhere here is this bridge, which was the, as well, you see the stone buildings already here. They have this kind of coastal architecture of stone. And here the sunset over north of Albania at the west, basically here, and then you have this drive to the south. This is Austrian-Albanian kind of association. This is Marianne Graf. She did so much for Albania, amazing woman. She has donated and raised funds for Albania, and she has, I should make a separate video only about her achievements. She has also negotiated for peace between different groups when there was blood revenge. She did really a lot for peace and for progress in north of Albania and also in Kosovo. So we are now entering this beautiful valley, and we are here on the road towards Milot, and then I will show you where the highway is happening. There is this big crossing point, and I call for the highway to the north. Since 10 years the Adriatic Highway is promised. We are now in 2022. There is no Adriatic Highway, and that's a real problem, and I call for that to be finished. And here we are now in the coastal plains. The last of, this is where Burel crossing is. Here there is a lot of this chrome to be developed, and it goes here to the coastal highway then and onwards towards the beautiful. This is also one. Now they are now taking some construction material out of the river, I think. And here you see the road towards Burel, where the mining paradise is. I was once there, where there was a mining accident, actually, very tragically. Yeah, the work and safety conditions are already very, very complicated. Here I am heading towards this beautiful place. And we are going into the coastal plains, and there will be more to come. Here somewhere is the bridge of the king, the traditional border between the north and the south of Albania. Another 6 kilometers, and here the sunset over the Mud River and the Mud River Bridge. It's somewhere over here. Beautiful, I love it. And you have a really fantastic scenery. It's getting now, the most beautiful part of Albania is obviously the coast, but this is also very beautiful. And now you will see the sun setting over the coast of Albania. The highway doesn't show you, it doesn't lead along the coast, so it's inland, so we don't see a lot of that. But I will try to find, you can see some of my videos from the sunset over Albania in my summer 2021, or that tour. That was really very good. Many videos now online about different aspects from Albania, Kosovo, Macedonia, Serbia, and all the region, also Bosnia, the 6 Western Balkan countries, also Ukraine. I have a lot of videos online, and maybe I will be lucky to be in Moldova in the future. If that works out, I would be most happy. Yes, more to come from Paxa Rupiana. Thanks a lot, and enough from this infrastructure tour 2020. More to come basically very soon. Thanks a lot for listening. See you soon.